Hello everyone, Jason Singh here with the ADDPC, and this is Jason's Advocacy Corner. Today I'm here with Thomas McDonald from ASU. Thomas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yep. Hi, my name's Thomas McDonald. I am a first-year Master in Social Work student, and I have a developmental disability. It's part of the reason who brought me here. Here with Jason. Yeah, I have a disability called charcot-Marie-Tooth. Type 1A. It is a hereditary disorder, developmental disability. That typically it's a motor and peripheral neuropathy disorder, so it tends to impact the peripheral nerves. Hands and legs. Those are typically the targets of the disorder. So it's progressive as you get older. Conditions tend to worsen. So it's something that it's becoming more and more a part of my life as I get older.
Is it something you would consider an invisible disorder, I guess?
I would, comparatively, yes, I would. Yeah. I mean, typically if you were to take a look at my feet without, my shoes on, you'd be able to tell. But, we're just wearing pants and that thing. And if I'm not using a cane that day or not using my leg braces, typically, people don't tell and are in often cases surprised when they find out.
So what in particular interests you about disability advocacy?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, improving employment opportunities, because I think we should all have the right to work. But also something that's particularly interests me is just improving accessibility to systems. I've worked in public administration and government for most of my career. I started off studying political science and then worked at the state legislature for a number of years. And one particular part of these systems is they're typically difficult to access for individuals with IDD. Pertaining to transportation, even web access and navigation, these systems can be awfully complex. So, kind of improving that accessibility is something that's very important to me.
What are some of the barriers that you see that exist in the community for you?
Definitely. For me, kind of in understanding my own disability, because it's progressive, a lot of the systemic accesses of this disability, didn't really become known to me until later. But one particular issue was even accessing the ability to find out if I had my disability in an official sense or not. So, for example, shahr-Marie-Tooth is a genetic disorder. So when I was around 12 or 13, that's when my family started to notice symptoms. It's because it's hereditary. A lot of the women in my family actually have the condition to an extent. I have it actually the worst out of everyone in there. But they started to look at me. They're like, okay, something's not quite right with your gait. Your feet, your arches are very high. I have the common symptoms associated with it. So I went to go get diagnosed. I think I did that via the Phoenix Children's Hospital at the time. It's been a while. But at the time, I couldn't get officially diagnosed because of the cost. It was, in the thousands of dollars, and even according to my aunts, who had the official test done, incredibly painful. I believe it was a biopsy-related procedure, so they actually had to take tissue and that kind of thing. So at the time, that was just something we couldn't afford. So we kind of put it on the wayside. We acknowledged that I had it. The doctor's like, you probably have it. We don't know what type, but that's what we'll. I can't officially diagnose you, but that's kind of my unofficial diagnosis. So I went through most of my life, just acknowledging what I could do, but not really having access to those resources that an official diagnosis gives you. And I was finally at age 22, due to increase in accessibility due to technology, able to get an official diagnosis. So I went to the Barrow Neurological Institute, and through a program or a company called Invitae, I was able to do a saliva test for $300, which officially diagnosed me and named exactly what chromosome I had duplications in, and what type I had, which was a mystery. They always thought I had a different type, but it turns out I had.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, which was incredible, and obviously with this disease or this condition, because it is so widespread, like even understanding the type is important for treatment. Yeah, because they're all completely different. But that was incredible to finally have that opportunity to find out.
Yeah, you mentioned technology, but is there any other areas that you believe should improve in the next several years on disability services?
I would definitely say, improving self-determination and self-advocacy. One thing that's very important is that individuals with IDD are individuals. They're not a, there seems to be some form of opinion around that individuals that have IDD are unable to make supported decisions on their own or make decisions on their own.
Yeah.
One thing that I know that the the ADDPC is particularly supportive of is in improving self-advocacy. So having that option, or having the, how should I say this? Not having the pressures of feeling like decisions will be made for you is, I think, important.
Yeah.
Having a say in how you conduct your life.
And you mentioned you worked as a legislator, so did you see anything with the RTS system?
I did. That was a huge thing. The RTS system, so which is, for individuals that don't know, it's the request-to-speak system.
Yeah.
It is the system that allows you to literally testify in bills.
Yeah.
All citizens that want to testify have to register through the RTS system. And this includes individuals with IDD. If you want to testify, you have to register through. The system is very difficult to access. The primary difficulty with it is the fact that you have to arrive in person for your first registration to register your account. Mm-hmm. So individuals with IDD, transportation in itself is a huge challenge.
Right.
So.
You mentioned you're trying to complete your studies at ASU. So what is your dream job, or what do you want to do?
Definitely. Throughout my own experiences with my own developmental disability has shown me that I want to work in the social work field, in the mental health, behavioral health field. I initially was slated to try and do law school. I'd studied political science. I'd worked in government administration. Jason,
law school is fun.
he knows what that's like. But I just as I thought more and more about it, I thought behavioral health is such a huge, growing kind of challenge in today's society, and because individuals with developmental disabilities, have so many more difficulties in just conducting daily life. That mental strain, that mental turmoil is intense. Growing up with a developmental disability was incredibly challenging for me in lots of ways. And like I said, because my disability is progressive, it's something I've been able to tolerate a lot more than other individuals. But it is individuals with disabilities need to be heard more, and I felt like I could do my part by working with that community, to individuals in general, but I really would like to specialize in individuals with IDD. So,
thanks for joining, talking with me today, and I wish you luck in the behavioral health field. I know we need a lot more people that understand IDD, and also if there's anybody else out there that would like to come on here and advocate, explain what they're advocating for, and talk about whatever, just please reach out to me. And thanks, and see you next time.
Thank you, Jason. Nice to talk to you all. Thanks.